Hey anime fans, welcome to our channel Anime Rewind. In today's video, we're going to recap a 2020 anime series named Heaven Official's Blessing. So without wasting any more time, let's get to the video. The episode opens up with a bride being carried in a sedan through Yuzhong Mountain at night until there is sudden turmoil. After the opening, Xie Lian's third ascension is portrayed. Xie Lian must travel to the mortal realm to stop a ghost bridegroom from kidnapping brides on Mount Yuzhong. He stopped at a tea house before reaching Yuzhong Mountain. While relaxing, he is distracted by a silver butterfly and told Nan Feng and Fu Yao will help him with the case. They notice villagers carrying a sedan during their conversation. Xiao Ying warns the bride that she's being used as a decoy, but the villagers use a doll. Xie Lian saves her from the group's leader. Later that night, Xie Lian, Fu Yao, and Nan Feng seek shelter in a Fengxing temple, where they discuss dressing Xie Lian as a bride to lure out the ghost bridegroom. As they escort Xie Lian's sedan, he hears someone singing, but no one else can. The men notice that some wolves wanted to attack. Someone offers Xie Lian a hand through the sedan curtain. Xie Lian walks with him through the forest. The mysterious man smiles and dissolves into silver butterflies, guiding Xie Lian into an abandoned temple. He finds 17 dead brides. He heard the ghost bridegroom entering and hid among the brides. Xie Lian attacks the ghost as he checks the brides. The black fog escapes. Xie Lian follows the fog to the villagers. Nan Feng and Fu Yao soon join him, and he asks the villager if they found anything strange. A villager spots Xiao Ying following the group and drags her out. After explaining, they realize that she was not the ghost. Villagers plan to steal brides for a reward. One villager touches the bride after removing her veil. Someone stoned him and followed a shadow into the forest. Corpses hung from trees in the forest. Fu Yao and Nan Feng tell Xie Lian this is key wrongdoing. Instead of 17 veils, Xie Lian and Nan Feng find 18. Both agree that the ghost bridegroom is a vicious bride. The villagers ran to the main Guan temple after the dead brides came back to life. Xie Lian distracts the brides with Rui, but when more villagers arrive, they attack again. Xie Lian creates a village protection circle. Xie Lian fights the brides and spiritually contacts Ling Wen. Ling Wen confirms Pei Ming's story about Xuan Ji, an obsessive and disabled lover. Ghost Bride leaves the temple, upset that Pei Ming has not arrived. Xiao Ying tries to stop her from killing the boy and attacking Xie Lian. Before she dies after being hid by Xuan Ji, Xie Lian promises to care for Lang Ying in her place. As Xuan Ji tries to counterattack, a golden light and a bell appear. Pei Shu and other military officials arrest Xuan Ji to bury her. Pei Shu thanks Xie Lian for his help and explains Xuan Yi and Pei Ming's story. Later, Xie Lian and Nan Feng reunite with Fu Yao while palace officials clean up the forest. Xie Lian and Lang Ying bury Xiao Ying when he is still bleeding. Lang Ying's bandages reveal that he has human face disease. Lang Ying runs away before Xie Lian can ask him about the human face disease. Xie Lian tells his friends to find Lang Ying quickly. Xie Lian tells the heavenly officials that he met Hua Cheng on the mountain. Hears about the 4 great calamities from heavenly officials. How Hua Cheng dethroned 33 martial and civil gods. Ling Wen tells Xie Lian that he's almost debt-free. He tells her that he will build a temple in the mortal realm. Xie Lian asks San Lang's palm reader if he's a ghost, but he gets no major clues. As they reach Puki Shrine, Xie Lian invites Sang Lang to stay the night. When he agrees, Xie Lian wakes up the ox cart driver before entering. Sang Lang offers to paint a god painting for the temple, while Xie Lian prepares a straw mattress for their shared bed. Xie Lian is glad he knows the crown prince of Xianlei. Xie Lian is flustered when Sang Lang looks at his bandaged neck and ankle. Xie Lian notices a crown prince painting the next morning. He finds Sang Lang cleaning and compliments his art. While combing Sang Lang's hair, he checks her flaws to see if he is a ghost again. Until the ox cart driver arrives, they repair and clean the temple. Another group of villagers brings in a sick old man for help. As the old man wakes up in Puki Shrine, he tries to explain how he escaped Banju's pass. But Xie Lian notices that he's not human and grabs him. Saland impales the man's ankle with a chopstick as he tries to flee, deflating his arm. Xie Lian consults the Heaven's communication array after the exam about Banyue. Fu Yao and Nan Feng use a deserted house to investigate Sang Lang's identity. Xie Lian sees 2 women running and decides to follow them. Xie Lian is blown away by the wind and grabs Sang Lang with a silk band weapon. Xie Lian grabs everyone with his silk band. After reaching land, they hide in a cave. As they explore further, they find caravan merchants seeking shelter. Xie Lian sees a snake attacking Sang Lang and protects him. getting stung. Xie Lian decides to self-medicate. When Xie Lian gets better, they decide to head to the Shanwei Fern with the guide's help. After sunset, they notice someone approaching and hide. Two women wonder where Xie Lian and others went. One of the women approaches them and turns to Xie Lian and Sang Lan's hiding place. Nan Fang causes an explosion and exchanges blows with Xie Lian and Sang Lan, then flees with them. Xie Lian and Sang Lan search the palace for Shanwei Fern, which Sang Lan uses to heal Xie Lian's bitten hand. The group decides to search further when they hear a man scream from the mud. The Fae says that he was captured by Banished soldiers and buried to fertilize the Shanwei Fern. Banished soldiers and their general arrive and take the group hostage. The general orders Azao and Tian killed. Azao charges Chemo, but is thrown down Sinner's Pit, just as Xie Lian decides to jump first. He spots Sang Lan standing silently at the pit's edge. Sang Lan falls with soundless words, shocking Xie Lian. Chemo stops Xie Lian from jumping in after Sang Lan. Xie Lian pulls the general down with him, but his silk band is blocked by an invisible barrier. He is caught by Sang Lan, who seems different from before. He has no heartbeat and doesn't breathe. Sang Lan beats Chemo with a scimitar as he attacks his dead soldiers without putting down Xie Lian. Xie Lian tells Sang Lan that it's more important that they get along than the fact that he is not human. Chemo initially resists being questioned. After they promise to kill the Imperial Preceptor and threaten him with the soldiers' bodies, he speaks. Sang Lan silences Xie Lian's pleas to calm down. The Imperial Preceptor jumps in. She notices the soldiers are no longer of this world and says that they are finally free. Xie Lian says that it's an accident. He says that he's a heavenly official and Sang Lan's friend. Xie Lian stops Chemo from brutally beating the Imperial Preceptor. After recognizing Xie Lian as General Hua, the Imperial Preceptor realizes that she is Ban Yue. Xie Lian says that he ended up in the desert 200 years ago and was forced to join the army. Some soldiers called him General by his alias, Hua Shi. Xie Lian fed a hungry Ban Yue. She's followed Xie Lian since then. Ban Yue responds that they disobeyed her reasons. Ban Yue tries to escape but fails, and snakes fall from above the Sinner's Pit. Since everyone's in the pit, Fu Yao accuses Ban Yue of using the snakes because they are not hostile. But Sang Lang says only he is being attacked. Fu Yao blames Sang Lang. Sang Lang sees more snakes falling, so he shields Xie Lian with a crimson umbrella. Xie Lian discovers another person in the cave, and Ban Yue is kidnapped. Unexpectedly, a dangerous sword approaches Xie Lian, but Sang Lang stops it. Xie Lian realizes that he saved Ban Yue from Ban Yue kids as a child. She wanted to avenge the dead General Hua. A woman above the pit asks if Pei Shu regrets killing innocent merchants. They look up and see the real Wind Master. She reprimands Pei Shu and gives Xie Lian a jar for Ban Yue. The three heal Tian Shen's infected uncle. Xie Lian asks Hua Cheng what he wants to eat after everyone leaves, and Sang Lan tells him to call him by his alias. Xie Lian tells Hua Cheng that he feels different when he's called His Highness at Puki Shrine. When asked why Hua Cheng was in Yujun Mountain, he says that he was born or went for Xie Lian. Hua Cheng apologizes because a supreme ghost wouldn't show his true self to Xie Lian. Xie Lian wants to sleep after his cooking fails. While laying down, Xie Lian asks Hua Cheng what if his original look is hideous. Hua Cheng turns and appears to be crying. Hua Cheng laughs as Xie Lian checks on him. Frustrated, Xie Lian says good night. Hua Cheng says that he will reveal himself next time they meet. The next morning, Xie Lian wakes up with a silver necklace and no idea where Hua Cheng is. That's all for this video. Hope you have enjoyed watching this video. So, who's your favorite character in the movie? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so that you'll never miss any updates.